So, good day everyone. For our introduction, what is an APEC architect? An APEC architect is a professional architect recognized under the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Architect Project. An APEC architect is an architect who is registered, licensed, or professionally recognized in the APEC member economy, and whose name appears in the economies section of the APEC Architect Register. Purpose of an APEC architect project. The first is, its aim is to facilitate the mobility of architects across the Asia-Pacific region by reducing barriers providing architectural services internationally. The second is, the project maintains a register of APEC architects who have met common education, training, licensing, and professional experience accepted across member economies. Then the last one is, registration signals that an architect meets a standard that may satisfy another's economy's requirements, reducing the need for repeat assessments.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're your fellow architecture students from National University Manila, and for this session, we got the chance to sit down with a very special guest. We're being joined today by architect Stephanie Gilles, who is not only an APEC architect but also an accomplished principal architect, planner of SNG Design Enterprise, as well as a teaching associate at the University of the Philippines College of Architecture with a Master of Architecture from UP, a diploma in Urban and Regional Planning from UP SURP, and currently pursuing her PhD in Estate Management with a minor in Environmental Science. It's not every day we get to talk to someone with this kind of achievement, so we're really grateful po that you made time for us, architect.
Yeah, well, first of all, good afternoon, and thank you for inviting me to this interview where I hope to be able to impart to you some knowledge and experience about being an APEC architect. I joined the APEC community of architects in February 2019. As a member of the APEC community, I have learned to be, to experience the camaraderie among us, APEC architects, but not only that, also among the ASEAN architects, that we call ourselves brother and sister, bro or sis, that we deal with each other as family. One of the things that I have learned and appreciated as a member of the APEC community is that we are given more opportunities to bid for projects among the APEC countries. So before we had a project in Micronesia, and one of the qualifications for eligibility is that the lead architect is an APEC architect. So you realize the vast, the vast field of opportunities that can be given to you as a member of the APEC architects. Well, I wanted to broaden my professional experience and network also, so that I could practice in other countries as an APEC architect. I mean, because of that, I had the advantage of having projects in the US. So we designed some of the restaurants of Max's in Las Vegas, in Queens, New York, in Guam, also in Singapore and Hawaii. So those APEC countries, that was one of the things that inspired me to pursue that, is to increase my professional network. First of all, I got to network, or to be acquainted with other architects from these APEC countries. So one of them is Korea, Australia. We also had projects there, and of course the US, Hawaii, Micronesia was one of them. So as I mentioned, there are some international projects that require that the team lead architect is an APEC architect. So, like for example, in Micronesia, we won the bid for the design of 3 school campuses in Micronesia, in Yap State, in Buliay, and in Colonia Middle School. So that was made possible because we got an invitation from the project management team, and they looked at the roster of APEC and ASEAN architects from the Philippines and invited us. So we joined the bid. We did a joint venture with 2 other firms, One of them is headed by another ASEAN architect, and the third one is a member of FUAP. And we won the bid against two other firms. One is based in Hawaii and the other one in New Zealand. So can you imagine, these opportunities wouldn't have been opened up if I were not an APEC or ASEAN architect.
I have a follow-up question. You said earlier that you worked on a project on Singapore rather. What kind of project was it?
Well, it was also together with my involvement with the MGI, the Access Group Incorporated. So we designed restaurants there in two places in Singapore, in Far East Plaza and Lucky Plaza. So one is a complete restaurant store, and the other one was more in a food court. So it's more for restaurant commercial project. Yeah, but I also did a chapel in one of the establishments there. So it's a chapel near Novena Mall. So it's by a foundation. So that's in Singapore. Okay, so for you to be an APEC architect, first you should hold an architectural license in your home country. So the country is called economy, in your home economy, which is the Philippines. No? So you have to have a valid BRC license as an architect. No? And then you should have an accredited architectural education in your home country, and possess a minimum of at least 7 years of post-license professional experience. This is across various trades, various types of projects. Also, you should apply. There is a form or a format that you have to submit your portfolio of the projects that you have completed, and each project profile is quite detailed, because you also have to indicate there who was your client, what is the nature of the project, how much it costs, when were the dates inclusive of the design and construction, and you should also present like a certificate of completion. Well, if you are recognized as an APEC architect, you will be able to practice in each of the APEC member states. So just to name a few of them. So of course, the recognition will give you the advantage to level the playing field, meaning you are recognized as an equal with your other architects who are also APEC registered. For example, what are the APEC countries where you can practice? Some of them: Australia, the US, Brunei, Canada, Chile, Hong Kong, China, Indonesia, Japan, Mexico, the US, Vietnam. So yeah, we also had projects in Vietnam, in Indonesia, and in New Zealand and Australia. It's important for the Philippines to, Filipino architects to be recognized globally. That we have fellow Filipino architects who are practicing also and recognized as registered foreign architects in Singapore. But then we also have to have more of our fellow Filipinos recognized in other countries, especially in the Middle East. The Filipinos are never allowed to handle supervisory or managerial positions. We are always considered like draftsmen, or like a junior architect, even if you've been practicing for more than 10 years. So there is sometimes there is a discrimination in that sense, that perhaps we haven't been able to prove our worth as global architects in the international stage. But then we are slowly getting there. So with more and more Filipino architects being recognized as ASEAN and APEC architects, then we will continue making our mark in the international field. In the international stage of and contributing to the field of architecture. Ethical obligations may refer to respect for the work of your colleagues. It will also refer to the kind of dealings that you will have with them, to respect contracts or agreements made, especially in the international sphere. Contracts and agreements are very important and very closely monitored and followed, no? And the contracts there are very specific, no? Even you are also required to, for example, apply for professional liability insurance, no? Mostly in international projects that is required. So that since they do not know you, no, just in case you fail to perform or to deliver, then there is an insurance to back you up on that, no? And the client can be compensated for that. So it helps us to be more aware of our duties and responsibilities, our moral obligations, our care to practice the virtues and to be a model of professional integrity. Because we know that we are representing our country. No, it's not just you're not just representing your own firm, but you're representing our country, the Philippines, in the international stage. The APEC Architects Registry, or even the APEC, the experience in the APEC community is not as advanced or not as developed as the ASEAN architects community. But there are more ASEAN architects here in the Philippines compared to APEC, because unlike in ASEAN, that it is an agreement among governments. In the APEC community, it's an agreement among the private professional associations, like for example the UAP or the like in the US, the AIA, the American Institute of Architects, which also I am a member now as an international associate. It has not yet evolved. No? Hopefully, the APEC community will be more and more developed each year, no? To follow the trend or the path of the ASEAN Architects Monitoring Council. And hopefully we will reach a more lively collaboration with our colleagues among the APEC, among the architects, our fellow APEC architects in the other APEC member countries.
What advice or message would you like to share with us aspiring architects?
Well, the fact that I'm spending time with you means that I believe in your potential as students, not as aspiring architects in the profession, that you will do well in your studies. Of course, my advice is that you study hard, work hard in your plates, and be motivated not just by the grades that you will get, but by the experience and the level of expertise that you can achieve even as students. And for you to be aware that after you graduate, when you plunge yourself in the architectural field, don't be surprised when you realize that there are so many things that you don't know. So what you have studied in your 5 years of college, you will learn that there are so many things that still you do not have knowledge or experience about. That, of course, you apply again that spirit of willingness, that enthusiasm to learn, and that openness to new challenges. So be daring, work hard, study hard, so that you become good architecture students, and when you graduate, you'll be able to contribute positively to the advancement of the architecture profession.
The insights that I gained from the interview with architect Stephanie Gilles is that becoming an APEC architect is both rigorous and rewarding, as it requires strong professional experience, continuous learning, and meeting strict qualifications to ensure that only competent and globally competitive architects are recognized.
So, listening to architect Stephanie's experience as an APEC architect made me see that this accreditation is not only success but also mandate to maintain world-class standard. Her story about their micronation project demonstrated the value of flexibility, accuracy, and absolute adherence to codes.
Our interview with architect Marie Stephanie Gilles made me realize that learning in architecture is lifelong experience and that we grow by being open to different people and experiences. It inspired me to pursue the profession with passion, humility, and dedication, knowing architecture is not just about buildings but also about people and communities.
I have learned based on what architect Stephanie said about being ethical is to respect and be professional not just towards our clients but also our colleagues, the people that could harness and develop our skills more.
Talking to architect Stephanie really made me realize how much architecture can go beyond just buildings. I also felt her passion for learning, growing, and connecting with architects across the world. And it's not just about the recognition, but it's also about what you do with it.
On behalf of Mr. AIA, I will be reading his reflection. Reflecting on our interview with architect Marie Stephanie Gilles, I realized that her perspective on the evolution of APEC practice in the Philippines highlights both opportunities and responsibilities for the next generation of Filipino architects. So that concludes our overall presentation of Group AldubNation. Thank you.